Thank you so much for being patient with us while we tried to squeeze you all in. We wanted to make sure everyone was here to enjoy Star Trek: The Improvised Generation. Before we beam you aboard the USS McGinley, I must say that this is an improvised episode that once you see it tonight, you'll never see it again unless you follow us on our YouTube channel. Please do me a favor and silence all comms and tricorders, please. That's the word I'm looking for. If there's an emergency, do know that we have escape pods through the door that way. In order to get us started, we'll need your security code in a form of a suggestion, and I'll be asking for 2 this evening. First, may I please have an object in nature? We've used things like turtle in the past, or tree.
Guinea pig.
A guinea pig?
Pine
or
cone.
An eggplant. Okay, I'm going to take pine cone. Thank you. Not that those weren't beautiful offers. Appreciate it. Pine cone. And the second offer I need to get from you guys is a reason people might gather. We had a birthday party in the past, or...
Tea party.
Execution.
Bar mitzvah.
An execution, I heard. So the 2 security codes that we have this evening are pine cone and execution. Thank you so much. McGinley, we're ready to beam up. Woo!
Morally right.
Well, of course not. No one in Starfleet would approve of an execution of a prisoner.
You know,
yes?
When I was on the Mars colonies, we didn't follow the rules all the time.
No, but they didn't execute you because you stole some parts so you could build a starship.
I wasn't talking about me, I was talking about people who got in trouble. You know, we had murders, we had thieves. We killed them sometimes. It wasn't part of Starfleet regulation, but it's what we did. I didn't like it. I didn't like it then. I don't like it now.
Well, part of the Prime Directive is we cannot interfere. This planet has its rules and regulations, and I'm looking forward to leaving it far behind us.
I don't think it's necessary for you to leave, Commander. There's got to be a way around the Prime Directive. There's got to be... I don't know.
Well, I'm sorry, Boots. The Prime Directive is not a piece of equipment that we can manipulate to our wants and likes. The Prime Directive works quite simply. We're not to get involved. We're not to influence in any way.
When you were down on the planet, visiting the Tagnetians, did you get a sense that the Tagnetians would listen to your influence? Not that you would influence them, but more that you would plant a seed that would somehow grow into an influence. Not even pushing yourself as far as making a suggestion, but just something you could do without informing Starfleet. That man is going to die tomorrow, Commander.
Well, I'm sorry you feel that way, Boots. But because Captain Thompson is off ship, I'm commander of this ship and I give the orders. We're leaving. We're not getting involved. Unfortunately, I don't make the rules. I just follow them.
Want to see me?
I did. Come in. How are you, Clint?
I'm doing well. How are you? You seem on edge.
Have you been paying attention to what's happening down on the planet? With the Tagnetians?
Yeah, I know. I know, and I don't agree with it either.
Don't you?
I don't.
All your time in the Resistance? You don't agree with the man dying?
We didn't execute people. We didn't send people to the chopping block. We were trying to save lives. What do you think we did?
I don't know, you don't talk about it a lot.
Well, we didn't send any innocent people to die. I don't think he deserves what he's getting.
He stole the equivalent of a loaf of bread. Rules are rules, I suppose.
rules are meant to be broken.
Oh?
Boots, you didn't ask me here to talk about it, did you?
No. No, I didn't.
And if I know you, you're not the kind of person that would suggest we go against orders.
No, I'm not. Usually.
And if there's anyone on the ship that would go against orders, it'd be me.
That was along my lines of thinking. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. I'm not doing this because I'm a rebel. I'm not doing this because I think you are either.
Boots, meet me in Shuttle Bay 4 in 2 hours.
1,600 hours. I'll be there. I'm scheduled to go down to the planet anyway. Doing a little bit more routine maintenance on their panels, their solar panels.
Great. And no one would suspect us stealing away a captive.
What is this place? Who or what are you, and why am I here?
Can I help you?
What is this ancient ship? Take me back to Eloria if you took me here. This is not uncalled for.
I am Lieutenant Frost Clem of the USS McGinley.
You're in my personal quarters. I'm Boots. Where did you come from? I've never seen you on the ship before.
I was on Eloria, giving a speech to my people, and I just...
Eloria?
Yes.
I've only heard of Eloria. That's a very far away from here.
The Beta Quadrant. Are we not in the Beta Quadrant?
No, we're in the Alpha Quadrant. Outside of planet Tagnetia.
This will not stand. If I'm being kidnapped because of the insurgents...
You're not being kidnapped. Insurgent. No, no, no. No rule breaking here.
Who are you? What house are you of?
The
House?
McGinley house. Lieutenant Frost to Commander.
This is the commander. Go ahead, Lieutenant.
Commander, we have a visitor on the ship.
I beg your pardon?
I think you should come on down to Boots' quarters.
On my way. Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship McGinley. Her continuing mission, to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before. Starring Paul Hungerford as Commander Jack Deadman.
Scott Paulson as Dr. Alistair Scott.
Sarah Mountjoy Papka as Lieutenant Janie Boots.
Bob Osick as Ensign Flack Danton.
Lieutenant Frost Clem, played by Matthew Pittner.
And Ron Willett as Counselor Chumok.
Co-starring Jessica Lynn Verdi.
And special guest star Elisa Pearl as Tellora.
Engage. get this straight. You're not sure why you're here,
No, I just appeared. I was on my planet. With
And
my
you-
people.
and you just materialized here.
I suppose so.
Right in my quarters, Commander.
I see that, Boots. Thank you. Doctor, does she check out okay?
Yeah, according to my bioscans, her story checks out. No scrapes on her. She's a humanoid.
I am Elorian.
That's very far away from here.
What quadrant are we in?
Alpha Quadrant. Do you remember anything about your journey? Any physical evidence, any energy pulling you, any sound?
No, there may have been a strange presence near me, but I just closed my eyes, and when I opened them again, I was here.
A cue, maybe?
I should hope not. We haven't had any experiences with the Q in quite some time.
What is this cube?
Nothing to worry about. It's an entity that enjoys talking with the captain every now and again and causing us some trouble. But it's nothing to worry about.
Maybe an isolated wormhole. I could do some research on wormholes that appear suddenly in front of people.
Do you mind if we scan you and see if we can find any pieces of information that might decide where you came from or
With
how you
that
got here?
contraption?
Yeah, it's a tricorder. I promise you it's completely harmless.
Sure.
See if there's any trace molecules that might inform us as to where she came from. Or how she got here, I should say.
Will do, Commander. This way, if you'd like to join me to the sick bay.
Of course.
Damn peculiar.
I don't understand. I'd like to study it if I might.
Of course. I'll need you to do a scan to see if any anomalies have shown up around the ship.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Commander, are we planning on staying in orbit?
Well, I think until we get this squared off, we should stay a little bit longer, yes. You're happy about that.
Well, I'd like to see how it turns out.
You know, Boots, if you're thinking of doing anything, going down there outside of orders, I would be concerned for your safety.
I just have some routine scans to do on their solar panels. As you know, they're behind us in technology.
Very well. As you were. Shh. Shh.
Is that a medical device?
Yes, it's a medical tricorder. It measures your bioscans. It can detect neurological imperfections.
Neurological imperfections?
Yes, imperfections in the neural quarter of your mind. I call it my little magic machine.
Magic. Can I ask, are you human?
Yes and no. You see, there was a terrible farming accident. I was 10. I didn't know the tractor was there. 60% of my body is now android. And everything works. But part of me was lost. That part that, I don't know, the French might call je ne sais quoi. Tell me about your planet. You are a long ways away from where you come from. It must be very scary.
Well, my planet, not to offend, but this technology is ancient compared to my planet's. I'm surprised that you can do anything at all with that device. It's so simplistic.
You're saying where you come from, this is archaic at best?
Yes. Wow. And what's even more puzzling is that if you are in fact human, and you come from Earth, then what I know of human beings and Earthlings is not this. I have studied Terra. We call it Terra.
We also call it Terra.
I've studied Terra, and I'm actually quite intrigued with Terra. is a beautiful planet. Similar to Aloria, but smaller and simpler and more savage.
So-
Aloria, you see, Aloria is very civilized, and we've cured a lot of the problems just thousands of years ago. Sometimes I wish for more excitement, and I think Terra, if I ever were to go there, would be a very exciting place.
Shh. Shh. How's everything going, Doctor?
The bioscans came out positive. She is clean.
I bathe daily, sir.
Very good. The commander asked that I take our visitor. Sorry, I don't know if I got your name.
I'm Tellora of Xaan.
Tellora, very nice to meet you again. Not as stressful of terms. The commander asked me to take Tellora to speak with Chulak. He might be able to come to some other conclusions other than clean.
Tellora of Xaan. Dr. Scott of Terra.
Pleased to meet you, Dr. Scott.
Maybe we could see each other again soon.
Perhaps.
Follow me this way.
So it was that same dream again, right? So I just roll over and there's this giant lizard on the edge of my bed. And I'm still not used to the blankets that we have on this ship. So like whatever light is in the room, that the blanket captures that. So it made the lizard look bigger than probably any lizard I've ever seen in North Dakota. There aren't any lizards there, Chulak. So it was a very peculiar dream. I don't know why I had it again.
I might recommend that you stop playing random replicator before you go to bed. And just eating whatever pops up.
I told you I'm hungriest at night.
I realize that, but I'm not sure why it is, but your stomach seems to be connected directly to your brain. This is something that's normal with all human anatomy.
I wouldn't be the professional in that field. I'm going to take what you said to heart and to stomach. Thank you, counselor.
Yes, of course. Now, please.
I still have 5 minutes.
All right, what would you like to chat
No,
about?
you're right. Thank you, counselor.
Good day. Yes, come in.
Shh. Counselor, I would like you to meet our guest, Tellora.
Tellora of Xaan. You do not have houses here, do you?
Just the McGinley.
And you are Chulak of the McGinley?
Yes, from Vulcan.
You are Vulcan.
Yes.
My mother met Vulcans once. She said you were very logical, even-keeled people,
That is what we strive to be.
as do Alorians.
Yes. I heard news of your arrival on the ship.
I will leave you to be. Counselor, if you need anything, give me a call.
Thank you, Lieutenant Quinn.
Shh. Shh.
May I sit down, Chulak of the McGinley?
Yes.
My mother never mentioned Vulcans being so...
Are you here to take my job? I know you Alorians are very good with emotions, and you're a very compassionate type of people, and you are also very good at listening. I am a ship counselor. I know I am Vulcan. I struggle with emotion, but I am trying my best.
Mr. Chulak, I don't even know why I am here. I doubt it is to take your job.
I see. Well, then, maybe you are. You were invited here. You've been brought aboard the ship. Perhaps the captain has something up her sleeve.
I believe I am something of a science experiment at the moment, since no one knows where I came from or why I'm here, so... I think you have nothing to be afraid of.
Interesting. I do like experiments.
I'm feeling more and more like one, so go ahead.
You really have no idea why you are here.
Someone mentioned a wormhole. On Eloria, we know where all the wormholes are. I'm not sure how one could have just popped up out of nowhere.
Strange. They are known to do that.
Yes, but we've created a protective field.
Perhaps there was a glitch in your system.
Perhaps. I find you curious.
I am curious about you.
And I am curious about Vulcans. Particularly this Vulcan.
Listen. I am sure there is a very reasonable explanation for your arrival to this ship. There must be. That is what logic would dictate. There is a very plausible reason for your appearance here. Perhaps it has to do with the ongoing events on the planet below. There is an execution about to be set.
An execution?
Yes.
How positively archaic. Are they humans too, on this planet?
They are humanoid. Targaryens. I think.
I've never heard of them.
Very strange.
But if I'm here because of that, well,
Perhaps you were brought here to help us prevent this execution. I too believe it's an archaic thing. It should not be happening. Our commander, though, is tied by the Prime Directive. Have you heard of this?
no. What is the Prime Directive?
The humans have put in place a directive that says they will not change any society, a primitive society, if they encounter it. They cannot give them technology or change their belief systems.
Well, change takes a long time, as it is. I'm not sure how one act could change an entire society. On Eloria, it took us hundreds, thousands of years to move away from archaic forms of agriculture and civilization and learning how to properly take care of ourselves, personal hygiene. It took a long time to change that.
Interesting. It only took one Vulcan to stop us running amok. And now we use logic. It was a very quick and fast change. That is logical.
Mr. Chulak,
Yes.
on my planet, I am a diplomat. I am an emissary. Perhaps I can serve in that regard on this planet.
You are here to take my job. Follow me.
It's nice of the commander to let you come on down with us to the planet. You know, I have to say, I'm not quite sure how the Prime Directive allows us to go down and fix solar panels, but somehow we can't stop a guy from being killed. But I think the commander has some very squeaky, strange lines when it comes to the Prime Directive.
Yeah. Federation and Starfleet. Not everything makes sense. It doesn't always fit into a tight little neat package like you want it to.
I just don't think there's anything wrong with helping people. I think we have all of this technology, all of this knowledge, all of this evolution at our hands, and we aren't allowed to share it? Who are we to say that we are allowed to have better science, better medicine, better technology, because we want somebody else to evolve at the speed we want them to evolve at? It doesn't make sense to me.
I agree.
How long are your lifespans?
Depends on the person. Women tend to live longer than men. Average age during the 21st century was around 65 to 67 years.
That would explain it.
Explain what?
Well, you seem very short-sighted. I think if you allow a culture and a planet to evolve and to learn and grow, then they will figure things out.
How long is your lifespan?
Well, I'm one of the younger ones. I turned 100 in a couple of months. But my father is 500 and my grandmother is 900.
Well, you look great for 100.
These days, humans tend to live around 80, 90 years. It's a good life. It didn't used to be towards the end. I've heard stories about Earth decaying until you were basically dead in the bed.
That sounds terrible. So young.
These days, people tend to age with dignity and peace. Not like this man. You know what this man's crime was? He broke a solar panel. He wanted to take the technology, learn from it, and make a second solar panel. Seems like we're getting ready to land.
Alright, this should go smoothly. Just brace yourself.
Landing gears in place. Entering the atmosphere now. 100 kilometers above the Earth's planet's surface. I guess I want to go home. All right. I hope you're ready for some very subtle diplomacy, Tellora.
Very subtle.
All right. Your solar panel is all fixed up. We'll be helping send along supplies and more specs to help you out.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
I know you have more important things to do as the leader of the Tagnetians later on today, so we'll let you get to it.
I appreciate your understanding. Enjoy our planet while you're here.
Excuse me. I'm Tellora of Xaan.
I am Chantal.
I must say, I think it is archaic that you will kill someone for this minor offense.
And
But I feel that you will evolve eventually. How long is your lifespan?
We live roughly about 70 years.
It's very young. It's a very young time to die when you're 70 years old. Are you approaching death?
Excuse me, believe me, Lieutenant. I take this as a personal affront.
She means...
Upon what grounds do you have any to tell us how to live here?
I am merely stating my opinion and what I see.
Well, personally and frankly, I'm offended.
Our sincerest apologies. She is known as a galaxy priestess.
And this is supposed to make me feel better? How?
No, it's just our custom.
To introduce galaxy priestesses.
With large opinions?
No, she is responsible for taking the souls into the next life. At least that's what we believe.
Whatever you need to say. I did not mean to offend, but perhaps your people would be better off listening to someone who is more wise.
And you mean to suppose that you are more wise?
I don't think this is going well. I think we need to get her out of here and back into the ship. I regret all of my decisions, Clem.
Clearly I am more wise. Valorians have lived thousands of centuries. I have thousands of centuries of knowledge to impart.
Shh. She's very tired. But it would mean a lot to us if we could speak with this man before we leave. Some last words for a dying man?
It is not in our custom to let a dying man who deserves to die rightfully any last wishes.
For a solar panel?
but I will allow one viewing.
We will take one view.
She is not allowed to read it.
She's the high priestess.
All right. Make it quick.
Are you Bartok?
Yes? Who are you?
My name is Boots.
Boots. Have you come to make jokes at Bartok?
No. I've come because you are a curious man and I'm also a curious woman. And I understand your interest in taking something apart and putting it back together.
Boots, we don't have time for pleasantries. If we're gonna get him out of here, we need to go.
Who is this hoppy little man?
This entryway right here.
Can you just use your bouncing, your space-time continuum bouncing back and forth?
What? I have no control. I don't know what.
I don't think you're here to speak with me.
Listen. If you wanted to learn, we have a lot more to learn up on our spaceship.
I am destined to die. Were you not told that?
Destined? What do you mean, destined?
Do you understand? The Tagnetians, the Targaryens, both races on this planet.
There's 2 races! That explains everything!
2 races, 1 soul. Do you understand that when we die, all our souls become one?
So
And my soul is tarnished.
And
Like when your toe becomes black, you must cut it off. We have 8 toes on this planet. If you cut one off, you can still walk. You can walk stronger than if you had 1 black toe. I am a black toe. I am destined to die, so let me die.
Your soul,
Hoppy little man.
your soul doesn't have a mate.
You just-
Is that what you're saying?
We don't have time for this nonsense. You opened the window. You have to come with us.
I know how much time I have. I have 1 day, 3 hours. 2, if you keep prattling on. Why are you here?
To save you.
I don't think he wants to be saved.
What I want. What I want means nothing. We are 1 planet. We'll always be 1.
Just broke a solar panel. It's just a solar panel. Those can be repaired. You can't repair somebody.
He broke it on purpose, knowing that this would happen. Didn't you?
You seem to know so much about someone you just met.
I think when you find someone like you like them.
Boots,
Bartok.
I wish I met you earlier in my life. You're not safe here. Any of you.
We better get going.
We should close the window.
I'm glad you've come. I've been thinking about what Bartok said. 2 souls, 2 species that share a soul on one planet. Tagnetian
Tagnetian.
the other one. 2 souls. 2 souls.
2 souls.
Half of a soul. See, is it half of a soul that come together as one soul, or is it 2 souls that meet? I don't know the difference.
I think he was saying 1 soul. Everyone is part of 1 soul. I'm not sure. It just, all of this ancient, ritualistic, it sounds just...
Ancient Earth religions often used to believe that each person had 1 soul. These days, nobody believes that. I don't believe that. But if you look back through human history, every single grouping had this idea, this presence within them. And love. Love was 2 souls that would meet or be ripped apart. And it was a fate worse than death to be ripped apart.
You are in love. I hear what you are saying. Perhaps you don't even hear it yourself. The lieutenant? Klin was his name? Yes. No, you don't see it yourself. When I met my betrothed, we argued the way you and Klin did. We had very differing opinions about how life worked and how people were supposed to act and what things we were supposed to do. And it was through those arguments that we planted seeds in each other. And we learned from those seeds, we watered them and we helped each other to become better people. I think you and Klin, I think that's what you will do for each other.
I don't know where you came from or how you got here. But I'm glad you've come. I'd like to help you get home.
I would like that.
I've come up with a few theories for her. I ruled out wormhole. I even ruled out a rip in the space-time continuum. We don't seem to be experiencing any back and forth, any time hazing, which is usually what you experience with space-time continuum. I think there is something metaphysical going on. I'm going to need to use a lot of the ship's energy in order to figure this out, though.
All right, why would we be using the ship's energy?
Because
Because you're obsessed with this. Boots, what are you doing? What have you done? You don't think I noticed a shuttle traveling to the planet's surface besides just fixing a broken solar cell? You've gone and stuck your nose exactly where it doesn't belong into the political aspects of this planet. The Targaryen have figured it out on their own. Let them solve their own problems. You are not some ambassador to travel around this world or this universe fixing other people's problems. That's what the Prime Directive is for. Or were you not able to hear that when I said it to you the first time, Lieutenant?
I understand everything that you say, Commander.
Very well. Now that I've said that, let's plan an escape mission. Get everyone into the ready room. Let's do this as a group.
Aye, sir.
I would be much more comfortable if Captain Thompson was here, but since she is not, we're going to require a very strong and capable diplomat. Tellora? Is that correct? Tellora, I can never get names right. That's why I'm not a diplomat, I just blow things up. Tellora, we're going to need some strong diplomatic solutions to this. Boots, what do you know about the planet so far? And what do you think we can do to get him out of there?
Well, there are two species that seem to share the same planet. They look and sound...
Security.
He's right here.
Commander, I think this is what I was trying to tell you. There is something going on. There is some kind of shifting going on.
I heard that sound when I arrived.
A transporter.
Yes, is that what it is? I closed my eyes, I heard that sound and I was here.
How could she have transported from the Beta Quadrant?
I don't know. It seems that her species has a lot of amazing capabilities. Frost, can you do a scan and see if anyone's been transported onto the ship?
Yes, I'll check the logs. I suggest we check the outside of the planet, the atmosphere. Maybe there's something going on with some spatial rupture or something like that.
Spatial rupture would make sense. Particularly if you have a planet that shares souls among species, you clearly have a kind of metaphysical battle over the energy.
Do you believe he was speaking literally instead of metaphorically?
I didn't at first, but now I do. That would explain how you got here in the first place.
It's a good theory.
I would say the most important thing is to make sure that we don't make any mistakes. If we're going to get him out of there, we'll do it as a team. Let's see if we can beam him out. I'm sure we can do it without any cause and they won't know it's happened. We can transport him to another planet and maybe he can find his way that way.
That's not going to work.
Why not?
When I was down on the planet, I saw the structure he's being kept in. It has some dampeners that are around the outside of his cell. You can't beam anyone in or out of there.
This planet has the ability to block transporters?
It's something the structure's made out of. My tricorder picked it up.
Even our transporters can't get through deep rock, for example. There are things that naturally block it.
There's minimal guards, though. They move around in synchronized shifts. We could easily predict those and move in when they're not there and take them out.
There's something else, Commander, that you should know. When Tellora went down on the planet with us last time, she already attempted basic diplomacy. If we're going to send her down again, we need a different tactic.
You engaged in diplomatic conversations?
You approved it, Commander.
That's right. What was I thinking?
And to be fair, perhaps my sense of diplomacy is not the same as that type of species.
Chulak, do you get a sense that we are not going to be able to communicate with them? Do you think they've chosen not to speak with us, or will they talk with us some more?
What I had in mind, Captain, is that if we send me down as a counselor to counsel a prisoner, perhaps that would be a guise that would be taken acceptably. I can go in and speak with him, and when I'm there, disable the shields blocking the transporter.
Clint and I can back him up on that, just in case the diplomacy doesn't work.
We used our one viewing, but Chulak gets
If there's anyone I know that can weasel their way into just about any place, it's you three. So, take your diplomat with you, and good luck.
Aye, aye.
The cell is through that way. We'll creep around the back while you two stay here for diplomacy. We'll try to set up a temporary ability. To transport him out of there. In the meantime, you two do your work.
Should I not go in the cell and speak with him?
Once you get permission.
I see.
The chief leader should meet us here anytime.
We'll be on our way. Good luck, both of you.
Very good.
Greetings. Nice to meet you again.
We have one more solar panel to examine.
I find it very interesting, your interest in our planet.
I have an interest in all species thriving.
Care to see the solar panels? They're through that way. You again?
Yes. I feel as if I spoke out of turn previously. I am not familiar with your species, and I may have offended.
It's very kind of you to acknowledge that.
As the High Priestess, I felt that I needed to bring my assistant, the counselor. He is a Vulcan. They are very wise and logical.
Vulcan?
Hello, Chief Leader.
I have never heard of Vulcan.
Oh. Perhaps your Vulcan can speak to Bartok, the prisoner, and prepare him for his fate.
I believe I've told you your one viewing was up.
Oh, but... Is that the alarm?
He will be brought to the gallows in 30 minutes.
I believe it would be very imperative for me to speak with him. I am a counselor by trade. A man walking towards his own death needs a hand.
This is very untoward. But I understand. Our souls are important to us, and if you cannot aid him in his passing, I would allow it.
Is it one soul?
Many better not to ask questions.
Tagnetian woman, a Targaryen man, was never part of the plan.
How's it coming in?
It's fine. Rerouting them now. Is that a Tagnetian song?
Boots. I knew it! I knew you would come back! It's my eyes, isn't it? You knew exactly what my eyes were trying to tell you. Yes! You are brilliant. You are human? Are you a human?
I am a human. Are you telling me you
I
want...
like humans. You are so right. You read it in my eyes. Let's go, let's go. What are you waiting for?
We're trying to set it up. Are you telling me this whole time you did want to be rescued?
That's why you're here, is it not?
Yes, it is why I'm here.
We have not much time. Please. 26 minutes if my count is right. No.
What happened to your
It's
death
18.
wish?
What?
What happened to your death wish?
My death wish is not yet. My destiny is elsewise.
Need to get out of here.
Is that a hobby, man?
We're ready here. Just stay tight.
Stay tight.
Tight. That's what I said. Within the confines of the pillars that I've set up. If you expand too much, you'll walk outside of the
I
triangle.
am ready, Boots.
Good.
I am ready.
Best of luck, Bartok. We will see you on the other side.
We need to go.
Okay.
Coming in.
Follow us this way. You find the condemned man here. Ready for your time?
Yes. Oh.
Something you find funny.
Oh, yes, your face. Your face is...
18
You
minutes.
are a fool, Targaryen. You are a fool. You not know the Tagnetians.
Guess who will be saying who's a fool in 17 minutes?
16.
Do what you can with this man. I'll be back shortly.
You, with a hat. You. Hello. Greetings. You might want to step back. Apparently something's going to happen.
Yes, we are here to provide a distraction. We are going to have a counseling session. You see, it will sound as though you and I are talking about your impending doom. At which
Yes.
point, they will pull you out of here. All of us,
Okay.
in fact. So, in doing so, we should play at this. Understood.
Yes. Your name?
I am Chulok.
I am Bartok.
Very nice name.
As is yours.
Thank you. Now, Bartok, tell me, how do you feel about your impending death?
Doom. Oh.
Doom.
Doom. Yes, I feel... No. I feel alive.
Does this invoke sadness?
No, I feel so good. I feel so great. Finally, the destiny of this planet will change because of Starfleet. You all came because you knew I stole the solar panel on purpose. I knew it would bring you here, and I knew that your interference in our planet's evolution would make us a better planet. We are a planet that should die elsewise.
The destiny of the planet, Bartok, what are you talking about? What happens if you leave this planet?
They will know I'm gone. We are one soul. They will feel me. I may be a dead toe, but until I'm gone and in the trash, they will feel me. They will feel me leave.
Are you telling me that if you leave this planet, everybody here is going to die?
No. Only if you strike back. They will declare war on Starfleet.
Oh.
And finally, this planet will burn and rise anew.
Begin leader Boots.
Boots to Commander.
Your window is closing, Lieutenant. We've got to go, now or never.
A Tagnetian woman, a Targaryen man.
Abort the plan, Commander.
He's...
What?
Abort the plan.
What?
We can't take him away.
I'm going to die! Do you not know that?
McKinley, only 4 to beam up. Get in, Clint.
Boots!
Clint! Come on! You gotta take
Boots!
This has not gone as expected.
Boots, he didn't want to die.
He didn't want to die, but if he had left, it would have sent the entire planet into warfare. That's why the Prime Directive exists.
Well done, Boots.
I almost destroyed an entire planet.
Well, not just you, we all almost destroyed an entire planet.
What other consequences happen when you think you're doing the right thing?
Well, you make mistakes, and you learn from them. You have time to grow. Well, I have time to grow. You have less time, but I suspect that even with a shortened lifespan like yours, you have the potential to grow immensely. You all do.
Yes, I have much more time than them.
Yes, he has almost as much time as me, but
And we all have a lot more time than that man down there.
I'd better go see the commander and give a full report.
well, you still haven't figured out how to get me back to Aloria.
Maybe it'd be nice for you to stay with us for a while. We'll find a way. I'm very good at that.
Well, all right. It's nice to get off the planet for a little adventure.
I think you'll like it here.
I almost feel like you don't want me here with you. As if you meant to call for someone else to come into your room.
No, I meant for you to be here. I just wanted to know. You seem to have a lot of girls who talk to you. And I don't know how to talk to certain men. And I don't think I'm ready for it yet. But maybe
Listen,
one
listen.
day.
I know a lot of things about Frost. I know all the trigger words that'll make him smile. He's a good friend of mine. I'd be glad to set you guys up.
No, not set up. Just maybe slowly, very slowly, help me learn a little about him. And maybe eventually I'll be comfortable talking to him in that way.
Janie, you're ready. You're an excellent human being. Just believe that. You don't need someone else to tell you that.
Thank you.
But if you ask Frost, I bet he would.
That's all I wanted to ask. Thank you.
You meant to have Frost in here with you.
No,
Okay.
you're a good friend.
You are too.
Thank you, Denton. Come.
Hello, Boots. Look who I found in the hallway, right outside your door.
She's certainly interesting, isn't she?
To say the least, yes. Boots, I gave my report to the commander.
Yes?
I told him exactly what happened. He wasn't very happy. And then I told him that you probably did the right thing. Something that I couldn't do. I've lived through war before. I have, and I hate it. If that meant that they were going into war again, that man had to die for that. I guess that was probably the better of the two evils. So I respect what you did.
I'm glad that you were at my side. I have a new game programmed on the holodeck. It's a 21st century interactive game. You play a character, you find things, you pick them up, little sound dings. It's fun. Would you like to join me?
Are you asking me on a game date? I would love to.
Gonna shake yours?
I don't understand this. I'm terrible at this.
Some things are archaic, some things never go out of style. You helped save those people today. Kind of like me. I save people. I think you've been great for this ship. I don't open up to a lot of people, but I open up to you.
You feel isolated, don't you?
I feel very isolated.
Dr. Scott, if you were wondering if being 60% android, you said, robot, makes you less of a man, I can assure you it doesn't.
I think what makes the man, or the woman in this case, is being true to who you really are.
Thank you all so much for coming out. If you can see shows here at the Improv Studio every weekend, Coming up next will be LA Theater Sports. You can also see our main company performing Sondheim Unscripted. If you've never seen our main company perform, I highly recommend it. You can find out more information at improtheater.com. That's R-E because we're fancy. Thank you all so much for being here, and remember, every episode is completely different. Good night.